Hello everybody and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Transformers Legacy Silverbolt. Specifically Beast Wars Silverbolt. I feel like that's kind of obvious, but they are very different characters, because there is a Silverbolt from G1, but yeah. So, Silverbolt, he's a cool guy. He is a very chivalrous, Transformer with a bit of a tragic story where, well, I suppose it's more tragic for Beast Machines, although that whole series is kind of tragic because it exists. I'm not the biggest fan of Beast Machines, but I did like his arc in it where he, basically gets used as, I think his, spark gets used to power, I think his name is Jetstorm, who is a drone for Megatron, and after he gets freed from that, he's really messed up, and he went from being chivalrous to seeking vengeance and everything like that, and his love interest Black Arachnia had to bring him back to the good side, and so yeah, that's pretty cool. But this is not that version. This is how he appeared in Season 2 of Beast Wars, where they started adding in these things called Fusors. And a Fusor is, it's like a regular robot, but then you take, two different beast modes and combine them into some weird abomination. One of the good, simplest examples, other than this guy, was, oh, man, I'm forgetting his name. Gosh dang it. But he was a combination of a snake and a scorpion, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was. And that design is really cool. I really hope he gets another toy. Because, yeah, if I remember correctly, the OG toy doesn't hold up the best, to time. I think it might be very easy to break. So having a, I don't know, Legacy or whatever the next thing is. I think the next thing already was announced, but I can't remember the name. But yeah, anyway, one of those would be really cool. Anyway, on to Silverbolt. I think this figure is really cool, and I really like it. Again, if you saw my Tigerhawk review, you might know that I got this figure because I thought that he was going to be the same mold as Tigerhawk, and I didn't have access to that mold, so I just got this guy instead. And I was incredibly wrong, but that does not mean this is not a good figure, because I really like this guy. This is a really fun figure. Now, for weaponry, he comes with Hold Them. You can take two parts of his wings, and he can use them as blades, which is very cool. Or you can put them in one hand, because of course you can, and it's like a staff blade weapon, which you can twirl quite well. And speaking of twirling, let's get into articulation, because it is quite good. So, he has a full 360, out that far, double bend at the shoulder due to transformation, but if you keep this part in, it's about 90 degrees, but if you bend it more, then that pops out. But you can do that if you want. At the wings, you have flap flap and floop floop and up and down. Then, at the... Just trying to put this on so that I can get that out of the way. Wrist swivel, bicep swivel, ball joint at the head. You have a waist swivel. It does get kind of impacted by this big bunch of tail feathers, but you can just lift that up and then have a free rotation. And then forward that far, back that far, out. Move the arm out of the way, and he can get farther. So, some insane leg articulation. Bend forward and bend other way if you need him to break his leg, although I wouldn't recommend it because that sounds bad for him. And then ankle pivot and down, and not much up, but actually, I don't think any up. But yeah, so basically everything that you could possibly need. And yeah, so size comparisons. Here he is with my previous review, Vector Prime, and yeah, they look very different, almost like they're from two different shows entirely. That's one thing that I really like about the Legacy line, is that they're just like chucking everything in there, and I like that. I don't need like all the characters to look like they're in the same style. No, don't get me wrong, I think that's really cool, but for a line that's just like a fairly standard line that's not connected to any major TV show, heck yeah, just throw in whatever random design you want. And here he is with Batman, who, of course, is taller than him. And now let's get to transformation, because it is very good. I really like it. It's simple but fun. So first, lift up the head. Yeah, normally we don't start there. Then, bring all of this back and flip out this head. And we're just going to leave kind of like all of that there. Flip up the head. And so now it's in his chest. Then flip up the arms, and then flip out the leg fully, like that. Then take this piece and bring that up. Then there's a peg right there that goes into that slot. And then you just slot that in. Same thing on this side. Straighten that out. Slot. Boom. And close that up. Then you take all of this, rotate that around, close that, flip up the, well, loincloth thingy, I suppose. Yeah. Rotate the legs, then bring them down like so, then bring them down like that, and bend the feet forward. Same thing on this side. Then bring the head down, and then clip in the throat. And then you can open his mouth, and you are done. A very simple transformation, but a very, like this, like the big sweeping motion from this is so fun to do when you're transforming him. Just swoop and then swoop. It gives a nice little thoop every time that you complete a full rotation. So, yeah. And so here he is, and it's a bit of an odd mode, but that's the whole thing with Fusors. He's like a wolf, eagle thing, probably hawk, I don't know. Yeah, most of the time, if I remember correctly, like most of the time with Beast Wars, there'd be like some kind of hint of what they turn into based off of their name, but he is not one of those guys. He is Silverbolt, so, which he is silver. And articulation is a bit weird because everything locks in on this guy except for the wings, but you can still unlock it to do like more bending that you'd want, like so and like so. So it's there's basically no articulation, but also there's as much articulation as you could need. And then you have wing articulation where it goes down that far, up that far, in and out. And so you can get some folded up wing looks where he's like walking, where you can do some flying and whoosh him around. And open and closing mouth, and nothing at the head. But yeah. And then, yeah, you can unpeg this and move it all around. But locked in traditionally, there's not much that you can do. Like, most you can basically do is that, which just looks weird. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, comment down below what characters I should review next, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And yeah, follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Bye. Whoosh.